Oh, ready guys, what is up? It's your boy Revo or Revelation Gaming, as you know me, back at again here today with another technically live stream. This is also going to be a video for you guys. First off, before we get into anything, I just want to go ahead and say that I am recording this on the 26th, the day that the Pokemon Direct just came out. Here in front of me, you guys can clearly see it on screen, obviously Twitter. We are going to be taking a look at the brand new Diamond and Pearl remakes, as well as the brand new open world Pokemon game, Pokemon Legends, that's going to be coming out. And we're going to be answering the question for you guys: is this game bad? Because there's a lot going on in this game, and there's a lot of criticisms that people have been having, well, I guess just having over since they really got announced. Some people liking it, some people not. People just having different feelings and about different things that are being shown off. So I'm going to go over a few things here. We're going to be checking Twitter, getting some information for you guys. And I'm really just going to be talking about, honestly, why these games and why people feel about these games, as well as just some other stuff that's going to be happening on for you guys. Now, yet again, if anybody joins the chat, if anybody comes in, and everything else, says hi or whatever, I'm going to obviously be checking that. Big shout outs to you guys. Also, if you guys have not subscribed, go on ahead and do that right now. We're about to hit, we actually already did hit 450. We're getting closer to 500 subs, so it's going to be amazing if we hit 500 subs. It means the world to me, and I'm glad you guys could show so much support. So thank you so much. But anyway. Oh, also one more thing before we go ahead and move on from that. Also, Patreon down in the description. Go ahead, check that out if you want to help your boy, support your boy, so I can continue to do this for you guys, because I really do love making content, and I want to continue to do this for a long time. So, yeah. But anyway, moving on, we're going to go ahead and start with the name of the game. So it is going to be Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl. As you guys can see here on my screen. I do not believe you guys can see my mouse, unfortunately. Let me see, actually. Yeah. You guys can't see my mouse currently, but I do have my mouse on screen. But, yeah, so you guys see Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Pokemon Shining Pearl. This is what Dialga and Poke look like. This is their 3D rendered models. And yeah, I do have to say, they look good, obviously. Not much has changed, or anything has changed at all. And they look fine. But the thing that we want to talk about the most, that we're going to go ahead and get into, isn't legendaries. It's not even really the battling, to some extent. But the thing we want to look at first is just why people are saying these games are bad. So I want to go ahead and redirect your eyes over here to, I believe, if not this, I believe it is this one. Yes. This is what the starters are currently looking like for the game. So these are the models for the current starters. And, nothing too bad, nothing too similar, just some normal starters. They look good. They look in the HD style, but the things that really are throwing people off aren't really the styles. It's not really the Pokemon. It's not really any of that. If I quickly X out of this, and I hopefully can actually, if I do have it on this screen, is this. So we have a lot of stuff to go over. Now, in the stream, which one did I have it on? I believe I thought it was this one, but I guess not. Twitter is doing Twitter, so I'm gonna have to do it over on this screen. But let's go ahead here and pop up this little GIF here that they have in the side over here for you guys. So let's go ahead and pop that up. Gonna go ahead and click on that and just have that pop up for you guys, because it was playing down there in the description. Oh, on the side over here where you guys could see it beforehand, but it wasn't actually putting it up to actually be its own thing. Which, is it doing that, or am I gonna have to reload the page? I'll probably have to reload the page, hopefully. Is it going to pull this up? There we go. Okay, so this gift here is what the game is looking like. Let me go ahead and try to max screen it for you guys if I can. I'll see it again, guys. Sorry that everything is a bit slow about that. But this is basically what the game looks like. It has this top-down, chibi, weird kind of, I don't want to say lackluster, but just not really inspired is what I would say type of art style. One of the actual big points, while I wait for this to load, that I did want to pull up was this. I saw this tweet because there's a bunch of people on Twitter also going on there, and they're actually saying like a whole bunch of stuff about the game. This person here makes the perfect contrast between, I believe, what this game feels like and what the other game, which is Pokemon Arceus, which you guys haven't seen. We're going to talk about that in a little bit as well. But the game Pokemon Arceus, it feels a lot like this. So I'm going to go ahead and read out this tweet because this tweet stood out to me, and I think it's a very valid criticism on behalf of the game, because I've seen a lot of people coming into Twitter, especially. It's also on the YouTube channel, of saying, and I think one of the biggest people who I've seen actually talk about this has been Mighty Keith, which you guys don't know who Mighty Keith is. Go check out his channel. Pretty good channel, but I did to say this was a terrible take on his behalf. He went ahead and said, "I cannot believe Pokemon fans are upset with this game," or something like that. He basically said like he's done with Pokemon fans because they complained about the way how this game looks. Now, I do want to go ahead and read out this tweet, because this tweet stood out a lot to me, and I do think that this is why some people are having problems with this game, and why people should really see and understand why this game is lackluster. So for context, I have absolutely no problem with the chibi art style. Link's Awakening did it beautifully, but Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which are the brand two new games, just look incredibly rushed and slapped together for the sake of releasing a remake. Which we're gonna go ahead here, take a little look at these screenshots. You guys can basically see them here. One of them is of Link's Awakening. You guys can see a little bit of textures on the rocks there. You guys can see the nice lighting on the apple. You guys can also just see how Link looks. He has this like nice, really cartoony style. It has a beautiful shading in areas. It's very vibrant in colors. The pathways look really, really nice as well, and it just really pops to be that brand new game. Then you come over here and you look at the Sinnoh remake game, which, sorry about that. Page is just not loading for some reason. There we go. If I could just wait for this to load, which hopefully it does in time. Anyway, as you guys can probably see back there with the other Sinnoh thing, it's very washed out. It's very, very much it doesn't have color. It doesn't have the shading I think it would have. And yet again, they do say that the gameplay is not final and that stuff will be changed within the final versions of the game, which I do believe. I don't believe they're lying about that at all. I believe that's true. I think there's going to be lighting and some engine changes throughout. Not like huge engine changes, but like slight things that they might do, like tweaking on certain character, model movements as well as other things. And Twitter is just not wanting to work with me today. Did this load yet? No. Great. Good for me. Okay, let's just go back here. Whatever. Just X out of max screen since it's already basically pulled up. But anyway, I wanted to compare the styles of these two games because these two games do feel very similar to me. When it comes down to myself, as well as Link's Awakening, can the page stop and just do what I want it to? Oh, okay, there changed pages, but it's still not exactly what I wanted. But yeah, they both have a chibi art style. But when it comes to Link's Awakening versus the brand new Diamond and Pearl remakes, I would have to say, in my own opinion, also if this would stop happening, I really probably shouldn't. Honestly, what I shouldn't have used Firefox. I should have just used Chrome. I just didn't. Okay, wait. Jesus Christ. What the hell is going on? There we go. Jesus. Okay. Anyway, look at this picture. So when it comes to me and how I think, which now it went back way too far. Hell. But when it comes to the way how these pictures looked, as well. Also, I don't know why this is doing this. What is going on? It's like pulling up random stuff and it's not loading stuff I actually want to fucking load. Weird. You know what? What was on this? A bunch of random promos and stuff. It's not something I'm intending to actually have pull up, but let's also get to this point here. But I'm gonna continue on with the style for a little bit. Anyway, so about the style, Legend of Zelda also did the chibi art style, as well as the Diamond and Pearl remakes that we're currently getting. And in my opinion, Legend of Zelda just did it better. It's better lighting, better everything. Now, that's not to say that changes cannot happen to gameplay during development or whenever that happens, but it is very lackluster. Another thing that people are also complaining about that I do want to bring up that are definitely problems within this game are the models and the way how everything looks. Overall, people say that the chibi style is supposed to represent the original style of the games. One, the original style of the games of Diamond and Pearl are not chibi styled, really. It's more of a hard limitation on what they could have done with using the DS at the time, as well as making it have more pixels than the GBA had. It was not a chibi style at all. It was what the system could handle and what was the nicest format of what they could do at the time. It is definitely not a chibi art style for the original game. It just looks that way because of the way how the world was built, as well as everything was around it and what they could do on the DS. Now that we're using full-blooded system, basically a full-blooded system or console, which would be the Nintendo Switch, these do not look good. The models, as well as the in-battle models. This is the in-battle model for Dawn, as you guys can see on screen. This is the Pokemon Masters model for the mobile game, Pokemon Masters. Which one of these looks better, in your opinion? To me, they look very close. But the one difference I have in this model compared to, the model on the left compared to the model on the right is that one of these looks more like how you'd expect the remake to look. And then this is how you'd expect maybe a Let's Go game combined with, maybe some Miitopia game. I don't really know if that'd be a different thing. It's basically a watered down version of this. And for some reason they made her head twice as large and they made her shorter. I don't get it. Why? They have another comparison down here of Barry as well. This is what Barry currently looks like. I'm not going to click on it because it'll probably just take forever to load and probably won't load anyway. But they have another comparison down here in the bottom between Barry and how he looks there compared to how he looks in the remake. Why is in the remake that he looks so much worse than they do in Pokemon Masters? Pokemon Masters, they have a lot of attention to detail, a lot of smaller details, probably a lot more animations, to be honest, as well as just other things in general. So I'm looking at this, and I do think it. And people say graphics are not everything that make up this game. I do want to also bring home that point, that a lot of people said that graphics should not make a game. And I do believe that, unless you're making a remake. The point of a remake is to take an original design, an original feeling, and vamp it up. You're supposed to give it new visuals, new gameplay aspects. You're supposed to introduce something new to the story, as well as just designs, as well as other things. That's what makes a good remake. Otherwise, this is what basically this game is, counting on the fact that people and the Pokemon Company in itself are basically advertising this as a reimagining of Diamond and Pearl, not a remake, because a remake adds and changes. So far of what I've seen of this game, nothing has changed. They didn't even decide to change the player models. I'm going to be honest. If they had to do at least one thing in this remake to really make it good, they had to bring new life to characters and give them something new. This is just Diamond and Pearl, but HD, and nothing's wrong with that. But at the same time, why not just call it a remaster instead of a remake? Because why? Because you don't want people to complain about remakes. You want to make it. You want to be like, okay, that people are asking for remakes. Let's give them a remake when it's really just a reimagining. And nothing is wrong with the reimagining. Nothing is apparently wrong with the art style or anything else. But also another thing that's very wrong is people saying that people cannot criticize this. Because I've seen so many people, big YouTubers now, smaller YouTubers now, as well as just random people saying you cannot criticize what these models look like compared to a freaking mobile game and say that you're being ungrateful and that you're not taking what you want to heart. Which just isn't true. It's not true at all. And in whole hindsight, I don't believe that this should be let off because this is very lazy to me. This is lazy. This is rushed. Um, and I get it because people were basically screaming and asking for one. They were just screaming and asking like, oh, we need it, we need Sinnoh remakes, we want Sinnoh remakes, and then they got this, and then people complained, and then they're like, well, you got it, but then it's basically not a remake, it's just a reimagining. So there is a lot lacking here. I think Oraz did the remake aspect perfectly, because the one thing about Pokemon remakes that I could definitely say for more modern ones, especially Oraz, because I think right now Oraz would be the best update of what you'd want your remake to look like, is they added the same basically character model, but they changed it up, adding new features or whatever, as well as they also changed the character size, as well as models. They gave brand new aspects in different visuals to different locations. Like Marvel City was completely different. They added completely new features. They gave new Mega Evolutions. None of that is apparent in this. This is just a 1-to-1 port. None of that at all. So it doesn't feel like a remake, and it feels so much. It feels so underwhelming, because why did they go for this remake with the original mindset? Because the thing about Oraz, another thing about Oraz, is Oraz feels like a more modern, basically version of, Ruby, Silver, and Emerald. It feels like a new Pokemon game. Like, it feels like when Oraz came out, it felt the exact same way that Gen 6 came out. And then after that, when Ultra Sun and Moon came out, it feels like all three of those games came out within the same time period, and that those games play alike because they are what the new generation of Pokemon is. This feels like you're trying to go back to that old generation of 2D Pokemon, but still keep it 3D, and it does not work. It does not blend well, and it does not feel good. It is just, it's just weird. I don't know why they would go for this approach. It's not the worst thing in the world yet again. Like I said, still very cool, very hype. I'm not the most upset about it. I do think they look weird. I think Dawn has too big of a fucking head, and the body proportions definitely need to be adjusted, and I really wish that it didn't look like this, and I really kind of do wish that they did take the Gen 8 system and just improved it. Because the thing about Gen 8 was not a bad. People keep, also another counter argument that I've seen a lot of people pull up on Twitter, is that people complained about Gen 8 being ugly. The things that were ugly about Gen 8 were not character models. It was animations and the world models. The character models in themselves do not look ugly, like at all in Sword and Shield. Those were the one good parts about the game. And they decided to change those in the overworld as well as in battles. Why? The overworlds as well as the battles had good systems, in my opinion. This, which the screenshot yet again, still loading. This does not look anything at all like what a modern Pokemon game in this day and age does. It looks like Link's Awakening, which I think another big comparison people are bringing up is how we got Pokemon Arceus. Oh, there we go. Now loaded. But another thing people like to bring up was they really like to bring up like how we got Pokemon Legends Arceus, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later, but not too much in this video. Was Legends Arceus was like Breath of the Wild for Zelda, and this was like Link's Awakening. Why was this treated like Link's Awakening is another thing. I don't really get that. I really wish that this game alone was treated like Breath of the Wild, even though that Pokemon Legends is still taking place in Sinnoh. I just wish that was the case, but it's not. But it is what it is, and we have to take for what we have. So I do appreciate this game. I think this game is still going to be good. I don't really have a problem with any Switch games. I don't really think any Switch games are inherently going to be bad ever. Well, not ever, because every console has some bad games. There are terrible Switch games, but when it comes to Pokemon is what I mean. I don't really think there's ever going to be a awful Pokemon game. Now, this is also not made by Game Freak. This is made by a brand new company. Not a brand new company, but an already existing company, a third-party company. And it's also worked on by Jimichi Masuda. Sorry if I messed up that pronunciation. He is also working as a lead developer or something like that on this. So, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It is very interesting, if I do say so myself. It is very, 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 very interesting about what we could grab from this or what we should take from this. But overall, are the remakes bad? No. In my opinion, this is my opinion version. I think that these are just a little bit underwhelming. I still think it looks good. I just wish that we got the Oraz treatment where we got a full 3D world. We saw these characters in full 3D because that was the thing that just makes me feel like a remake. Was the games felt so much different compared to normal Ruby and Sapphire. When you look at this, it literally just looks like I'm playing Diamond and Pearl, but now with just more resolution and maybe with a couple shadows every now and then. I'm wondering how the game's going to handle cutscenes, if they're all still going to be above head like this, because that's what it looks like on the opening cutscene or whatever, but then it was kind of like that in the game too. So I'm wondering how it's going to register 3D areas, how certain things are going to be, how they're going to do TMs, what the Pokedex is going to be looking like, all that stuff. But, you know, what can I say? What can I say? It's there are valid reasons here to be critical of this. There are. I do not care that people say, "Oh, you're being ungrateful," or "Oh, that's just not true." There's no reasons for there not to be valid there is valid criticisms here. This is not what we asked for. It's not. Which is another thing. I don't know why the Pokemon Company and people who work on these games, why do they go for anything risky like this? Like, it was a remake. You saw what worked. You've seen these games in the past that worked. Just do what worked. Everyone liked Oraz. Everyone complained about it when it came out, but in the end, everyone liked Oraz, especially the new Megas and everything else that was added in Oraz. Why not stick to that same formula? It's like, the thing about Sword and Shield that was wrong was they tried to play it super safe and forgot about everything else in the game. And when it came to a new generation, you were supposed to bring everything there. With this brand new remake, you're supposed to basically bring the same stuff that was supposed to be in Sword and Shield, and then also basically just change it to where it would actually fit within the Diamond and Pearl restyle. Because for some reason I look at this and I just think, I'm just going to be playing Diamond and Pearl again. There's nothing new about this that just excites me to want to play this. But am I going to play it? Probably. I play every Pokemon game. Still haven't played through Gen 8. Eventually I am. I don't know when. But eventually I will play through Gen 8. I watched playthroughs of people play through Gen 8, so it's not like I'm not caught up to date with all the information I need to know about Gen 8, but I am currently caught up with Gen 8. So I am excited to see what this, and I'm wondering if they're going to continue to do this art style for other things that aren't just remakes. I'm wondering if they're going to continue to do, like, move on and go into other things, such as Gen 9, if they're planning to make Gen 9 look like this, or even if they're planning to just have Generation 9 not be made by Game Freak, because I think that's very, very weird. So that's basically all I'm going to say about Diamond and Pearl. A little bit of an end summary. Just, the games do have valid reason for criticism. They do look okay, though. They do look good. You take it for what it is. It's not going to change. It's out. What's out is what's out. But definitely do not go on here harassing people for having criticisms of this game, because that's just not right. It's just not right, and we can have differences in opinion, and just because you have a different opinion than everyone else around you does not make you cringe. Please remember that, because I do believe that this is not the remake that I wanted, but it is the remake that we're getting, and we're just gonna have to live with that. But yeah, so anyway, that's going to end up the Diamond and Pearl segment kind of of this video / live stream. Next up, we're going to be moving over to here. I'm not going to be talking too much about this game either, but I did want to go ahead and bring it up if you guys have not already. And that's Pokemon Legends of the Arceus. This is a brand new 3D open world Pokemon game being made and developed by Game Freak. This is a completely different take on Pokemon because it is placed in old Sinnoh, and the main story of the game is you're supposed to basically be the person who's creating the first Sinnoh Pokédex. It is super, super, super exciting freaking game mode. And the thing about it is this is about Arceus. The main legendary in this game is not Dialga or Palkia, because we're getting those in the Sinnoh remakes. It is Arceus. And Arceus is a very, very, very rare mon. It is basically never been distributed publicly, besides, I believe you might be able to catch it in Sword and Shield, and then as well as just some other like smaller, maybe competitive events for Pokemon or whatever, or in Japan. But it has basically never been really available to everyone until probably Sword and Shield. But it's never really been available to everyone. And so the fact that it's the main legendary in this huge open world, beautiful game, which I wish I could show you guys some screenshots, but just for time's sake, as well as just for, not having to sit here and wait on like loading screens for ages. I just want to go ahead and take a very quick look at this and just confirm that, yes, I do believe Pokemon Legends of Arceus is going to be a good game. It's clearly the game that is being developed for older fans. And yeah, I do want to also go ahead and talk about the fact that in that game, catching Pokemon, the way how things work, are definitely, since it's in older times, is not traditional, and that's basically what this photo is here. This is the old time Pokeball, kind of like what I believe maybe be one of the first Pokeballs, and I thought this was super interesting, so I wanted to go ahead and take a look at this. But yeah, it's a Pokeball that has a chain with a kind of like circle on the top. It's very interesting with a wood bottom. Super, super, super cool design. I definitely think it's going to be really cool. I cannot wait to see the lore for this game because I really hope that with this lore, they build in to be like, okay, this is how this was developed, right? Or this is how this was developed. And then it leads into future games. I think this is the game that everybody's going to look back on, that everyone's going to genuinely enjoy. I also do believe that because they're calling it Pokemon Legends instead of Pokemon Legend, or like Legend of Arceus or something like that. We're calling it Pokemon Legends. I do believe that eventually this game will start becoming a game series. I believe this will be more of the newer Let's Go that will be more accepted, and they will continue to do this. Not saying that they won't ever do Let's Go again, but I can't really see Let's Go coming back because they said Let's Go had some terrible, terrible sales, and I think this game is going to sell off the charts. Combat looks amazing. Visually, it looks amazing. The designs, you can just see that clearly from this Pokeball here and how old-timey it looks, how rustic it looks, and how new it looks, and how different it just purely is what really ends up changing the feel of this game, and is what's going to make this game amazing. I can already tell off the bat this game is going to be amazing because the gameplay looks fun. The one difference I can tell between this and not really Sinnoh Remakes, but just Sword and Shield, as well as other games that have come out by Game Freak or whatever, the gameplay when you look at this looks fun. As you guys can see here as well, they also confirm here on the little side over here that Arceus is indeed going to be the mythical. You also obviously have some memes here coming through about just other people. They also have like this, I think it's from the anime or whatever, and just people giving their giving and voicing their opinions about certain things within the obviously a model or whatever. But go ahead here, also take a quick look over here. You guys can see while I wait for this to load, these are going to be the 3 starters down there. You can see in the corner the starters of it, which I scrolled down again, sorry. The starters are a bit weird to me, or am I not scrolling down, or am I scrolling up? I don't know. Are we scrolling up? Yes, we are. There we go. Okay, there's some gameplay screenshots on the side, so you guys can look at those as well. But also, yeah, I keep accidentally scrolling down. I need to stop doing that. Oh, okay, yeah, but it's like very open, very, 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 very cool. But you can start the adventure with Cyndaquil, Rowlet, or Oshawott, and I have to say it's kind of funny because out of all 3 of those Pokemon, I really like all 3. Yet again, Oshawott is probably my second least favorite, or maybe least, no, probably like second least favorite starter for Unova. In general, I think Oshawott's really dope. I really like Oshawott. I haven't really used one besides using it in Unova, because from a design standpoint, I think it's really, really good. But in other areas, it's also really, really good as well. So you have that. But Rowlet and Cyndaquil are 2 of my favorite Pokemon. If you guys don't know that, they're definitely 2 of my favorite starters. So I don't know which one I'm going to be picking. But yeah, just they look amazing, and I thought they were interesting picks for starters. They feel very random to me, which is also kind of weird because at first I thought they picked Cyndaquil and Oshawott because it's Gen 2 and 5, which if you guys don't know, that makes 25, which this is the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. So, that was kind of like a little thing that I was like, wow, that might be a little hint to something. But then I didn't really get the Rowlet, like at all. Like, why Rowlet? 100% though, he's probably going to be the one I pick. I love Cyndaquil to death, but Typhlosion versus the Decidueye, I think just the dual typing on the Decidueye is just way cooler, and I'd very much rather enjoy it. Now, if we go up here, we scroll up a little bit on the side, you guys can also see some more gameplay screenshots, and I would maximize them, but they're probably going to take ages to freaking load, so what's the point? Yeah, but it's an open world. Basically, you start in this like base area, and you kind of work your way out. And this is in the era before Pokemon trainers and Pokemon leagues. You and your Pokemon will work together to create the Sinnoh region's first Pokedex. It is a brand new action and RPG kind of element mixed game. You'll also be able to capture and battle wild Pokemon. To catch them, you can observe them and learn their behaviors, then carefully sneak up on them and aim your Pokeball and let it fly. So, I'm wondering if you can, in this game, actually use any form of Pokemon? Like, can you use other Pokemon to fight other Pokemon to catch them, or is it literally only chucking balls? Because if it is only chucking balls, it kind of does remind me of the Let's Go elements, unfortunately. But at the same time, the gameplay just looks so much more fun than than Let's Go. It just looks so much more entertaining and just amazing to do. And Pokemon feel very like just at peace and very natural in the environments. I will say the colors look a little bit washed, and the character models do look a lot like Dawn and Lucas. I really don't know why they decided to make the character models look extremely like Dawn and Lucas, but they did. And so, it is what it is. But overall, I just think it's going to be amazing. This is old time Sinnoh, and I could definitely see a bunch of older Pokemon fans very, very, very much enjoying this game. Now, I do have to say in certain areas the game doesn't look too great, but in most areas it does. Definitely a step up from Sword and Shield, but definitely not the max of what it could be. I'm very interested to see how these Pokemon react. I think combat's going to be amazing. It's going to be so much fun. I'm wondering how multiplayer, if they have multiplayer on this game. If they do, it's going to be amazing, hopefully. Nintendo Switch Online unfortunately sucks, so it probably really, realistically, it won't. But, we can hope. We can hope. But, yeah, just an amazing game. Can't wait to see what it's going to look like. I cannot wait to just explore, roam the area of Sinnoh. Also, I can't wait to also just link areas. Because this is an open world game, before there was Pokemon, before there was towns and everything else, we can actually go to basically where towns would be. And if they don't have pre-built in towns or whatever in the game besides the main base you go to, we could be yeah, there was supposed to be Driftville City here, we could go to this huge open area or whatever, and I'd be like, okay, Driftville City in the normal games is right here, and it's completely different. Here's the Pokemon that naturally are here or whatever, and just really, 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 really dope. I'm also wondering if there are going to be more stuff to the game besides just catching Pokemon. I'm hoping there's more of an overarching story. I know there is something to do with Arceus, but I'm hoping it's more than just, oh, we have some lore about him. We have some lore about him. Oh, here's some lore about where he could be or whatever, and then you just go and catch him. I'm hoping there's more to it. I am hoping there is a full Pokemon game story here. I'm wondering what story content's going to come by. I might make some videos in the future about it. Definitely just checking it out, seeing what it offers. But yeah, Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's going to be an amazing game. Cannot wait for it. I definitely think this is going to be one of the games that I'm looking forward to this year. And I think older Pokemon fans are going to love it. I think Diamond and Pearl remakes, like I said before, are just meh. They could have been better, could have been worse. And overall, let me know what you guys had to say down in the comment section below. That's basically going to be the end of this video or live stream technically. Thank you all for everyone who showed up. I know a couple people showed up. Also we have 2 likes, so thank you guys so much for that. If you guys have not subscribed already, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It means much to you, boy. Got some videos coming out. They're going to be 2 of them are Pokemon related. One of them is, I believe, Smash Bros related. Going to have those coming out. We're going to get back to streaming regularly. I'm going to be streaming Xenoverse sometime this weekend. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing it Sunday. I'm pretty sure I'll try to do it Sunday, but I don't know. If I don't do it Sunday, we'll do it this upcoming week, obviously, and I'll just be having some more videos coming out. Also, I don't know when those videos I'm planning are going to be coming out. They're just going to be coming out when they come out. But yeah. One more thing before I go, guys. Remember, go ahead, check down in the description below. We have my Twitter as well as my Twitch down there. I'll always let you guys know when I'm streaming or doing events or giveaways or whatever. We have that down there, so go down there. Go join the channel Discord. I'm obviously going to be posting, talking to you guys in there more. We're going to be having more people show up there, as well as also just going ahead and, you guys obviously just checking out Twitter. Go ahead and hit me with a follow. I'm also going to be posting on there more. I post some retweets. I post some likes. I also just post random tweets on there occasionally. So yeah, go ahead and show your boy some love. It means the world to me, and I love you guys so much. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video, or live stream technically. Hope you all really enjoyed it, and I hope that I get to see you guys on the freaking next one. The game is going to be amazing. I cannot wait. One more thing actually before I go. Also, one thing I wanted to bring up that I'm probably going to bring up in a separate video is the fact that the game is called Pokemon Legends Arceus. I do believe that they are going to make more of these in the future instead of doing Let's Go. I brought that up a little bit earlier, but I do want to make a video on that and how I think that this could end up panning out and being a series. But at the same time, I might also want to wait until the game actually releases so we can see what it's like for myself. We can get gameplay and all that other stuff. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it. Love you guys. See you guys on the next stream.